So, Jen, you've got a fear of flying. And you said you even got slightly nervous coming today. It was like waking up this morning and you felt a bit sick.
Yes, and now I'm getting really wound up.
You're getting really wound up thinking about flying, okay. Because we're going to work with the phobia.
Yeah.
So, if you think about, when are you actually flying? When are you going on holiday?
In May.
Okay.
4 months.
And you said that just even the thought of getting the suitcases down from the loft.
Yeah, that terrifies me.
Okay.
Packing them terrifies me. Paying for the air tickets terrifies me. Buying clothes to go terrifies me. It's a whole process.
So it ruins
everything.
It ruins the holiday, really.
Yes.
In many ways. And what happens when you normally fly?
When I normally fly, I wake up very nervous. I'm in a strange kind of world of my own the whole day until I'm at my destination. I feel unwell from the moment I wake up to leaving the house is a terrifying moment. Carrying the suitcases to the car is terrifying. Getting in the car, driving to the airport, getting out at the airport, checking the bags in, saying goodbye to those bags, knowing I've got to follow them, going through into the departure lounge, knowing there's no way back, getting on that plane, sitting in my seat, thinking, this is it. The whole thing is terrifying.
So what kind of fear are we talking? So 0 being calm and 10 being massively overwhelmed?
It varies. It'll go up to 10 frequently. Odd occasions it may come down to 8.
Okay.
It'll fluctuate.
So it's as high as that all the way?
Yeah.
What about, what's the worst part of the flight? Takeoff? Landing? Turbulence?
Not sure. Takeoff I don't enjoy because I know I'm going up, but it's not the worst bit because there's something happening. I've got something to concentrate on.
Right.
I'm concentrating on, okay, this plane's moving, we're going up, okay, we're going up, we're going up. When it levels out, that's probably the worst bit because then I'm there and I'm stuck there. Landing is fabulous. I love coming down because I know I've got there and I'm proud of myself. But flying, being in the sky, knowing I've got hours ahead of me.
And you're going to America, so that's how many hours?
It's about 10, 11 hours.
Okay, 10 or 11 hours, which is,
yeah.
Is that the longest flight you're going to ever have had?
Yeah, the longest I've done, I think, is 5.5, 6 hours in a row.
Okay. And you have taken medication for it?
Yep, I have Valium before each flight.
Okay.
I have one an hour before I get on the plane.
Right.
I get on the plane and I start to panic again, and I take another one.
Right.
And then probably 2 or 3 hours in, I need something, so I take another one. And I carry on like that.
Does it ever knock you out? Sort of, you know?
No, I wish it did.
Okay.
It doesn't. I'm calm enough to not have a panic attack, but I'm not relaxed.
Okay. So would you say that you've got a flying phobia or you've got a fear of flying? Or how would you describe it?
I don't know. I've never thought of it as a phobia.
Okay.
I think of my fear of spiders as a phobia.
Okay, all right.
I think of it as a fear.
Okay, so with fear of flying. And 0 to 10, what would you gauge the overall fear of flying?
Absolutely a 10.
It's a 10, fear of flying. Okay. So what's fear of spiders then? That can't be 10 if it's a phobia. Is it higher than the 10? Is it like 15 out of 10? 20 out of 10?
No, it's weird because I do have a phobia of spiders, but I would rather face a spider than face a plane.
Interesting. That is fascinating. Okay, so
if
a
you've got
phobia.
a spider on the wall,
right.
I could look at it. I would be terrified at the thought of it coming anywhere near me. I could not touch it, but I could sit in the room with it, and I wouldn't have a panic attack.
Interesting. Okay. But you'd say you've got a phobia of spiders.
Yeah.
But you could actually deal with that.
Yes.
And is that because you're in control on some level?
I think so. I think that's my big thing.
And with a plane, it's all about an aircraft in the sky, all that weight, pilots who you don't know.
I have no control.
No control.
I'm trapped.
Okay.
I can get a similar thing driving on motorways, because I feel that you can't just stop the car anywhere and get out.
Okay, brilliant.
So I think that's it.
Okay. What state would you like to feel when you're flying instead? Would it be calm, relaxed, mundane?
Yeah, I'd like to feel like it's normal.
Normal, okay. Can you give me something in life that feels like really normal? So like, I don't know, making a cup of tea or driving the car or something that just feels, when you say normal, that's zero anxiety.
Yeah, if I get in the car and drive to Sainsbury's, that's normal.
Right, so what I'd like you to do instead, I'd like you to see a massive television screen, okay, in front of you. So imagine you're really close to a massive television screen, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Can you kind of get an idea of that?
Yeah.
Okay, and I want you to just point where driving to Sainsbury's is. So imagine you've got, actually break it up into squares. So you've got like a grid, okay? You can make the squares sort of like about that big, something like that. So put about 20 or 30 squares on there, within reason or something like that. And sort of like, just imagine just where, point to the square, and it will feel really weird. I know this is like really strange, but it will feel like, yeah, it's kind of driving to Sainsbury's is, and you'll just reach out and just point to it.
Kind of going over there.
Interesting, isn't it? It's absolutely not over here.
No.
I
don't want to go over there.
Don't want to go over there, and it's here. So point to the square and hold it. Okay. So it feels like there. It's there. Okay. So what does it feel like when you're driving to Sainsbury's?
Not like anything really. I'm thinking of other things, what I'm going to buy, what the kids are up to.
Which would be great if you were flying, to sort of be thinking about what you're going to buy, and absolutely, and kind of what the kids are up to, and you've got all the films on there, and there's probably like 3 films on the way to on a 10-hour journey.
Yeah, if I could enjoy them, yeah.
Well, absolutely. Okay. So, so driving to Sainsbury's. So, what else? Can you have the radio on?
Yeah, I'd always have the radio on. I'd sing if something came on I liked.
Okay.
Looking at the weather. On my people watcher, I'd watch people walking past on the pavement, see what they're wearing. So
you're going to do all that on the plane instead. So you'd be sort of having that experience where you'd just be watching people go up and down the aisles, and sort of people standing up, going to the loo.
Yeah.
And one of those things on a 10-hour flight you can get up and walk around the plane, can't you? Sort of, I did that recently when I went to Mexico. So had a conversation with somebody for an hour, just standing up, just exercising myself. Right. So so it feels there, absolutely there. Great. Okay. Where is the fear of flying on this grid?
It's way over here.
Hello! And you were just like, oh yeah, it's over here. You knew it straight away, instantaneously.
Yeah.
So is it right in the top corner?
Pretty much. Top or just maybe one down, but yeah, it's over there.
And right on the edge, is it?
Yeah, very much.
It's right on the very edge. Okay. Okay. Just out of just interest, do you like chocolate?
Love chocolate.
Where's chocolate?
Chocolate? Ooh. I want it everywhere. But this side's the safe side.
You want to fill lots of grid. You're only allowed one grid. You can have as much chocolate as you like. You're only allowed one grid. Just wondering what you are.
I'd probably go middle with chocolate.
Okay.
Because I want it right there.
Okay.
But I know it's slightly bad because I put weight on my feet too much.
Okay, all right. Okay.
It's not on the good side.
Okay, which is interesting because it's not on the good. Oh, it's not on the good side.
It's not completely
I
good.
see. So here we are.
That's bad.
Ah, fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right. Where's sex? I might edit this out. You don't have to put it in. But
Good.
it's all the way up there.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got kind of like mundane. So you've got actually your unconscious mind has a representational system. So you've got bad stuff here, sort of like, and you feel sort of, that bad stuff. But then you've got some good stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And you've got some kind of mundane kind of stuff there. And you have made sure chocolate goes there so you don't need too much of it. Okay. But really, what, is chocolate all the way over, like there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But actually, you've made sure it's there.
Yeah.
Have you worked on that?
Yes.
Because you said you have lost weight as well.
I have to work on not eating chocolate.
Okay, so you've actually moved. Do you think it was over there? Did it used to be over there?
Oh, yeah. Mm.
So you've actually moved chocolate. So you've done this already in your mind.
Okay. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to get your mind to associate fear of flying to mundaneness.
Okay. That'd be good.
And on a 0 to 10, what kind of fear are you running here? 0?
Down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.
Because what have you got to feel when you're driving to Sainsbury's listening to the radio? Okay, so I'm going to get you to focus up here, and I'm going to move it down sharply, okay, down here, and I'm going to say blink at the same time. So what I want you to do is go like this, rapid eye movement and blink at the same time.
Okay.
And we're going to get that to move down to there. So eventually you're going to get flying, we're going to move flying down into this square of mundaneness. Because that's ideally the consciousness that you'd like to be experiencing. That's the experience that you'd like to have. So flying just becomes really mundane. Just like driving to Sainsbury's. Which it is for some people. Imagine what it's like for all the pilots and the air hostesses and the worst. Okay, so when you're concentrating up here and thinking about flying, what happens immediately? Do you get a feeling in your stomach, or?
I get a feeling in my stomach, my palms start to get clammy, I get tingly feeling in my hands, yeah.
Okay, all right. So we're going to do this a number of times. Okay. So look up here and I want you to blink. Okay, 3, 2, 1, whoosh. Blink. Okay, close your eyes. Open your eyes. Look up here. Think about flying. Breathe in. Blink. And just see yourself being on the plane. Feel mundaneness. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Think about flying. 3, 2, 1. Blink. Close your eyes. And just take yourself into the mundaneness that you feel as you drive to Sainsbury's. And open your eyes. And just think how mundane it is and what, oh, Sainsbury's, what I'm going to buy, what the kids are doing. Close your eyes. Breathe in. And let go. Open your eyes. 3, 2, 1. Blink. Close your eyes. Go deeper and deeper. Mundaneness. What's happening? Close your eyes. What's happening?
I'm just walking around saying he's quite bored.
Fantastic. Open your eyes. Look up. 3, 2, 1. Blink. Close your eyes. Hear music, watch people, see what's going on, boredom, but you can occupy yourself by people watching. Open your eyes, look up, think about flying. 3, 2, 1, blink. Close your eyes. Think about walking around the plane, looking at people, music, kids doing, what cars doing. Open your eyes. Think about flying. Mundaneness. 3, 2, 1. Blink. Close your eyes. Just go deeper and deeper and deeper into that state of mundaneness. Boredom. Open your eyes. Boredom. Close your eyes. Mundaneness. Looking around, seeing people. Open your eyes. Think about flying. 3, 2, 1, blink. Fantastic. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. They also bring around little chocolates. Sometimes in the meals. Close your eyes. Open your eyes. Mundaneness. Think about flying. Just think about flying. Think about mundaneness of flying. Maybe you'll get a chocolate as well. Move that there. Okay, mundaneness. So chocolate becomes a bit mundane as well. You're going to eat probably less chocolate now. Okay, close your eyes. Open your eyes. Think about flying. Up here. 3, 2, 1. Blink. Close your eyes. Just take it deeper. That's it. Really absorb it. Take deep breaths into your heart now. What are we going to have for dinner? Thinking about that when you're going around Sainsbury's. What are we going to buy? How can you spice up the mundaneness? Go down a different aisle today, maybe. You can go down a different aisle and maybe go up another aisle. Just like you do on a plane. There are aisles in the supermarket and there are aisles on planes, and they're just as boring and mundane.